Every day, most of us apply beauty products, moisturizers, deodorants, makeup, shampoo, without a second thought. But what if those products are doing more than just covering your skin? What if they're changing your genes? Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. A groundbreaking study found that when teenage girls stopped using personal care products that contained parabens, phthalates, and triclosan, measurable changes in gene expression associated with breast cancer occurred in just 28 days. That's not months, not years, just 4 weeks. In today's video, we're diving into this eye-opening research, breaking down how these common chemicals affect your body and how a simple switch in your skincare routine could quite literally save your life. Let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. What are parabens and phthalates? Parabens are synthetic preservatives used in cosmetics and personal care products to prevent the growth of bacteria and mold. You'll find them in lotions, shampoos, conditioners, facial cleansers, and even makeup. Phthalates, on the other hand, are used to make plastics more flexible, and they're also hidden in fragrances. If your label says fragrance or parfum, chances are it contains phthalates. These chemicals help scents stick to your skin and linger longer. The problem? Both parabens and phthalates are classified as endocrine-disrupting chemicals, or EDCS. That means they mimic or interfere with your body's natural hormones, especially estrogen, which plays a critical role in breast development and cancer risk. A 2016 study conducted by researchers at UC Berkeley, the University of California, San Francisco, and Clínica de Salud del Valle de Salinas investigated the effects of eliminating parabens and phthalates from daily use. Published in Environmental Health Perspectives, the study followed 100 Latina teenagers who were asked to switch to beauty products labeled free of these chemicals for just 3 days. The results? In that short time, the levels of methyl and propyl parabens, phthalates, and triclosan in their urine dropped by up to 45%. Just 3 days. But that's just the beginning. In 2021, a follow-up study published in Journal of Exposure Science and Environmental Epidemiology showed that longer-term reduction in exposure, about 4 weeks, began to influence gene expression, including genes associated with breast cancer risk and tumor growth. That's right. Removing chemical-laden personal care products didn't just lower exposure levels, it actually changed how genes behaved. Several of these genes play roles in cell proliferation, tumor suppression, and hormone signaling. The takeaway? Your environment and what you put on your skin can literally flip genetic switches on or off. This is a concept known as epigenetics, and it's one of the most exciting fields in health science right now. According to the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences, epigenetic changes don't alter your DNA sequence, but they do affect how your body reads that DNA. Think of it like this. Your genes are the script, but your environment is the director. Now imagine applying parabens and phthalates every single day for years. That's a lot of directing. And the concern isn't just theoretical. Parabens have been found in breast cancer tumors. A 2004 study published in the Journal of Applied Toxicology discovered parabens in 19 out of 20 breast tumor samples. And while this doesn't prove causation, it raises serious questions about how closely linked these chemicals are to cancer development. What's more alarming is that the US has no mandatory safety testing for cosmetics before they hit the market. According to the Environmental Working Group, EWG, the European Union bans over 1,300 chemicals from cosmetics. The US just 11. That means your daily moisturizer might be loaded with hormone-disrupting chemicals, and you wouldn't even know it. So, what happens when you remove them? That's exactly what researchers wanted to find out. In the UC Berkeley study, participants switched to products clearly labeled free of parabens, phthalates, and triclosan. These included alternatives like natural deodorants, fragrance-free lotions, organic shampoos, and plant-based makeup. Not only did urinary chemical levels drop, but follow-up gene testing indicated significant changes in genes related to estrogen response, oxidative stress, and cancer progression pathways. One gene in particular, called TP53, is known as the guardian of the genome. It helps regulate cell division and prevent mutations. Researchers noticed that after 28 days, expression of TP53 improved, suggesting the body was regaining some of its natural protective mechanisms once the chemical interference stopped. That's huge, because it means that small daily actions, like what soap you use, what perfume you spray, or what shampoo you rinse with, can either add to your toxic load or help your body heal. Let's break down why this is such a big deal. We've known for years that chemicals like parabens and phthalates can mimic estrogen, and that high estrogen levels are a known risk factor for breast cancer. But now, we're seeing that these chemicals don't just float through your system, they actually impact your gene expression, your hormone function, and your cancer risk, all through something as simple as your daily routine. And this isn't just limited to women. Men are exposed to these chemicals too. Think about aftershaves, body washes, hair gels, all of which often contain artificial fragrances and preservatives. A study published in Reproductive Toxicology found that phthalate exposure in men was linked to reduced sperm quality, hormonal imbalances, and even altered testosterone levels. That means this isn't just about beauty, it's about reproductive health, hormonal function, and disease prevention for everyone. So what can you do? Step 1 is simple. Read your labels. Look for ingredients like methylparaben, ethylparaben, propylparaben, butylparaben, and phthalates, often listed as fragrance or parfum. If you see those words, put it back on the shelf. Switch to products labeled paraben-free, phthalate-free, and fragrance-free. But even then, be cautious. Fragrance-free doesn't always mean chemical-free. Look for transparency in labeling and third-party certifications. Some of the safest options are organic and plant-based skincare products, unscented soaps made with natural oils, mineral-based makeup with no added fragrance or preservatives, natural deodorants that use baking soda, magnesium, or charcoal, DIY solutions using ingredients like coconut oil, shea butter, and essential oils. And don't think you need to swap everything overnight. Start with the products you use the most and the ones that stay on your skin the longest, like lotion, deodorant, and foundation. These have the most prolonged contact and the greatest impact on your system. Within just a few weeks, your body begins to detox. According to follow-up studies from UC Berkeley, after 28 days of switching to clean products, not only were chemical levels reduced, but participants reported fewer skin reactions, less irritation, and even improved energy and mood. These weren't just lab results. People actually felt better. This points to another critical factor: cumulative exposure. It's not the one-time swipe of lipstick or spritz of cologne. It's the fact that you're doing this every day, sometimes multiple times a day, for years. And your skin, it's not a barrier, it's a sponge. A study from the American Journal of Public Health found that up to 64% of chemical substances can be absorbed through your skin and into your bloodstream. That's why topical hormone creams are so effective, because the skin absorbs what you put on it. Now imagine absorbing synthetic estrogen every day for a decade. It adds up. And the long-term impact can be serious. This is where the concept of the precautionary principle comes in. It means that even if a substance hasn't been definitively proven to cause harm, we should still avoid it if there's credible evidence suggesting a risk. And with parabens and phthalates, the evidence is mounting. Even mainstream medical organizations are paying attention. The Endocrine Society, in their 2020 scientific statement, identified parabens and phthalates as high concern chemicals due to their strong link to hormone disruption and reproductive toxicity. They called for greater regulation and public awareness. But here's the kicker: the cosmetic industry is largely self-regulated. That means it's up to you to protect yourself. Companies aren't required to test for long-term safety, so the responsibility falls on consumers to choose safer options and demand better. The good news? You're not powerless. In fact, you have more power than you think. By choosing clean products, you're not just avoiding risk, you're actively supporting your body's natural healing systems. You're flipping genetic switches that protect your health. And you're voting with your dollars for a cleaner, safer future. So the next time you pick up a body wash, a foundation, or a shampoo, ask yourself, is this helping my body or harming it? Because your skin is listening, your genes are responding, and every product you choose is either turning health on or turning it off. The study shows it only takes 28 days to make a real difference. That's less than a month to start reversing the effects of toxic beauty chemicals and give your body a chance to heal. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Addicted to Health for more eye-opening insights on how everyday habits shape your long-term wellness. You have the power. Make the switch and take your health back, one product at a time.